Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a Nikki Uncut. It is the beginning of November. Happy November to you all. I'm so sad that October is over, but because October is over, that means we're going to talk about my October favorites. If you're not new to my channel, you know that I love to incorporate like personal items, makeup, jewelry, skincare, all that kind of stuff. All the things that I personally am loving. Not necessarily that I think that everyone should have, but things that I personally love for the month. So let's dive into my October favorites. Grab a stack, grab a matcha. I have a decent amount of stuff, but I try to keep it kind of toned down. But you know me, I can't, like once I get going, I just can't stop. So let me include all my favorites for the month of October. So let's get right into it. Let's start with skincare because it just makes the most sense. And let's start with something I put on my body. That is a drugstore favorite of mine. It is such a good product. If you have not used this product before in your life, then I'm just going to tell you, you are missing out on a really easy, healthy glow that is so just unbelievably easy to do because you put this on in the shower when your skin's wet. So as you're standing there, you're about to towel off, you're about to, not even towel off, but like you're about to like give your body that last rinse before you get out. This is when you put that on. You just rub it on your wet skin wherever you want it. For me, I only put this on my legs because my legs just don't hold the same like pigment that the rest of my body does. It's a really interesting thing. But anyway, not to get too personal. I love this on my legs so much. It just gives me like a little and like a little confidence boost when I'm wearing shorts, which at this point it's November. I only wear shorts when I'm inside the house, but I'm still incredibly vain and I want my legs to look a little bit, just a little bit more confident. And for me, I have a lot of visible veins in my legs. I have like varicose veins and all that fun stuff. So this just helps give me a little bit of a confidence boost when I'm like walking around the house with the cheese following me. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this is from the drugstore. It is so affordable. It's the Jergens Natural Glow. You put it on your wet skin. You call it a day. You literally put it on. I kind of like rub off like the excess water first, then I put it on, and then you get out, towel dry as normal, and somehow it sticks to your skin, and it is just the most foolproof, easiest way to get a natural hint of color on your skin. So if that sounds like something that you want, this is my personal favorite, and it's worked for like a charm for years at this point. So hopefully they never discontinue it from Jergens. I will link it below as well as everything else I'm going to talk about in my October favorites. So keeping with skincare, there's a few things. Let me actually stay with drugstore because I've been loving this L'Oreal Revitalift Tripeptide Age Define Serum. I think I have like that much left in my bottle. I use this sometimes in the day, sometimes at night, sometimes I use it twice a day. Pretty affordable for like a really good formulation in my opinion. This feels so hydrating, it's so smoothing on my skin. Have I noticed a big decrease in like fine lines and wrinkles and stuff like that? No, but I feel like it does do a nice job overall of like plumping my skin and like nourishing it. So it's thin enough that it wears really well underneath my sunscreen and then underneath my makeup, and it's nourishing enough at night as like an in-between toner. I'll put this in between, so like toner's here, this is here, and then my thicker night cream is here. So this is like sandwiched in the middle, and it's been a favorite of mine. So love that. Now, I did not expect to be as into this product as I am because if you know me, I'm a diehard fan of the prequel Half and Half. It's like a hybrid between a serum, a milky toner serum, and an actual milky serum. So hybrid, it's like a thicker consistency. This is a little bit thinner. This is the Rhode Peptide Glazy Milk. This is so nice, and boy, did I miss out on this for the longest time. Everyone was raving about it. It was one of those things where like so many people were telling me to buy it that it was like, it's like when someone tells you to watch a movie over and over again, and they're adamant. They're like, you have to watch this movie right away, or you have to watch this new series. You have to start right away. And the more they say you have to do it, and maybe it's just me and like the rebel in me, but like I just don't want to, it makes me not want to do it. So I felt that way about this for a while, whether I wanted to admit it or not. It's more of like a subconscious thing. But now that I've gotten it and I only have the mini, probably have like a teeny bit left in this guy. It's almost empty. This is a really well done, really nice formulation. Really great way to nourish your skin, get it plumped up and juicy and hydrated so you kind of glow from within underneath your makeup. So I've been loving this. And a newer product as well. Now, full disclosure, these guys are now my friends, but either way, they made an incredible product. I'm talking about Alley Glines and Thailand and Revie Beauty. They did such a good job with this product. This is so nourishing. This reminds me a little bit of like a thicker version of the Dew Instant Angel lipid moisturizer that I just cannot get enough of. That's in my Pro Kit now. It has replaced a lot of my moisturizers. It's in my almost daily routine. It's incredible. This is like a thicker version. Let me actually pop out a little bit because my hands do feel dry. I don't want to waste it. I'm probably to here on the product. It's feeling really light now. Been using this for the last month. It is, or maybe longer, I lose track. It's just a very good way to like nourish your skin. Let's say like you have a compromised skin barrier, like your skin's irritated and it needs some like extra nourishment and like a healing kind of quality to your skincare. Like let's say that's, you've damaged your skin barrier somehow, some way. This is going to be a great way to repair it and nourish your skin. It also, bonus, does lay really well under makeup. So just an FYI, in case you're thinking you could only use it at night, you could definitely wear this under makeup and it lays really, really well underneath makeup. But it is the Revie Beauty Signature Skin Dream Barrier Cream. So the whole purpose of it's meant to repair your skin barrier. So like I said, if you've compromised it, if you've done X, Y, and Z, this is a great way to bring it back to a healthy place, and all while feeling very, very nourishing. I also love to bring that down my neck as I do everything. But the texture, let me show you it. It's a creamy texture that blends out to be just very glossy and like very hydrating, which is why I also wear so well underneath makeup. For me, I am so oily that I do love it the most at night. So for example, one of my routines has been the Rhode and or my Fresh Kombucha, which is a really expensive product, but I do love that stuff so much. I'll do either the Fresh or the Rhode, and then I'll do this and I'll put this on top. Sometimes I'll even top it with Aquaphor if I'm feeling really like I need some extra, like an extra sealant. And I'll basically like slug with Aquaphor. If you know the term, you know the term. You go to bed looking like you dipped your skin in olive oil. But it feels great. So anyway, I love that product. They did such a good job, and I just have to shout it out because it is so well done. Another friend of mine, actually, I've got a lot of talented friends over here, okay? So my other friend, Rachel, I didn't know she was making a hair brand, and I had run into her at an event. She was like, I want to send you my product. I'm making a hair product. I'm really proud of it. I know you'll love it. I really want you to try it. And I kind of forgot about it, and then she just sent it to me, and I opened it up, and I was so excited for her, so thrilled. Her packaging alone is absolutely beautiful. It's her brand, Academy Hair. I hope I'm saying that right, but Academy Hair, her first product is the Sea Glass. This is a detangling elixir. For me, this is also very like smoothing and very hydrating for my hair as well, and it does offer like some really nice shine. You can see I've used a ton of this, and I only got this probably halfway through October, I would say, like roughly. But that's how much I've been using it. This has been a really great product for me for my day 2 hair. My hair is very fine. It's silky, but it's also brittle at the same time. Like the texture of it up top is very silky where it's close to my roots. Towards like my ears down, it feels like a spider web sometimes. And when I wake up the next day with my day 2 hair, my hair is so tangled, it is beyond frustrating. And I get regular trims all the time. So it's not like I need a haircut. I get a haircut all the time, and I just have like very, very tangle prone hair. So this has helped immensely with that. But not only that, I also put this after my shower. I'll towel dry my hair. I'll soak up the excess water so I don't waste it. And then I'll run this through, like again, from like ears down to detangle my hair. But it really leaves my hair feeling so soft and so manageable and less spiderwebby. So shout out to Rachel. You crushed this, Rachel. And it smells so good too. I wish you could smell it, but it has like to me, it kind of smells like gardenias, like a soft gardenia type fragrance. If you don't like gardenias, it might bother you, but I think it smells really, really nice. Really like luxe. Okay, one last product for skincare, and then we're going to jump on the makeup wagon. And then I have a really awesome dupe for jewelry that I'm excited to share with you. I shared it in a description a little while ago, and I have only a couple things of clothing, and then that's going to be it. But last thing for skincare, this is the Medicube Collagen Night Wrapping Mask. So this is something that I use maybe once a week, 2 at the most. But what this does is you put this on and you seal in the rest of your skincare. So I've used this on top of the Rhode, the L'Oreal that I just showed you. And I usually will put like a little bit of this too, and then I'll lock the whole thing in with this. Now, this creates like almost like a clear peel off. It does create a clear peel off mask. So if you're familiar with that kind of feeling, it's going to dry down and feel a little bit tight. But what you're left with the next morning is after you pull it off, it's extremely satisfying, by the way. A little tricky to sleep with because you have to kind of sleep a bit like a mummy so you don't rub it off on your pillow. But once you get used to that part, you're totally fine. And you don't have to sleep facing up the whole time you're using this product. It's more important to like make sure you don't hit the pillow until this is completely dry. But what this does is it just wraps that moisture and like locks that moisture into place so that you don't rub off your moisturizer and your night creams and all your expensive lotions and potions when you're sleeping. So I really like this. It's very affordable. I got mine off of Amazon and I'll link it, but I actually got 2, but this is the one that I grabbed the most. It's the collagen one. Okay. Makeup. Sit back. I hope you are comfortable because I do have some makeup as always. You know, I'm a makeupaholic over here. So let's talk about foundations and I'm going to keep it really real with you. I'm still using these the most. Now, in my last favorites video, which was for September, I talked about the Sephora Best Skin Ever, and this is still my favorite. This is also still my favorite, the Natasha Denona. And when I had filmed that video last month, I had just received the Makeup by Mario, and I was telling you that I loved it, and it was probably quickly going to become a favorite, and it definitely has. This is so beautiful. All 3 of these are unique in their own way. This is the most affordable one. It is Sephora Collection, so their stuff is already very like priced extremely well, very affordable. But this is going to give you such great longevity, such great smoothness, and just an overall like flawless finish that doesn't look heavy. It doesn't feel heavy. So this is a really great, well-rounded, long wear formula. So I love that one. The shade that I have is not the best. I always try to mention that just so you don't, if you're like my shade twin, if you pick up the shade, just know it's going to lean really on like heavy on the warm side. But I have the shade 14O, which should stand for olive. However, sorry, Sephora, you do need to go reconsider what olive is. It truly is. It should have some more green in it, but this has a lot more warmth to it. But I make it work because the formulation is really that good. So Natasha Denona, this is for the days that I want more glowy skin, more like a glass skin finish, and ultimately for the days that I know that I don't need my makeup to be like fully super duper budge proof. And when I'm just having like, you know, more of like a day where I just want my skin to like really look just healthy and glowy and dewy, then I grab this one. And for the days that I just want to be flawless, which is really all the time, but I love this formula so, so much. I don't have a bad thing to say about it. I do wish there were some more shades. I do feel like the undertones they could use a little bit of work to say the least, unfortunately. But I feel like every single brand that is launching foundations has to figure this out because the neutrals are never neutral. They're always leaning warm, like way too warm. So anyway, not to get too into it, I still love this foundation and I love the formulation. Like the formulation is just, it's a perfect satin that wears so beautifully on my skin. And I always feel like my skin looks just great from the beginning of when I put it on till nighttime when I take it off. So that says a lot about this. It's the natural finish one, not the one that's glowy. So the difference is going to be with the labeling. I believe the other label or the bottle. The bottle, the other one is shiny. This one is matte. Get the matte one. This is the way to go. Okay, let's talk about setting spray because I grabbed this one every single day of my life and I love it. Natasha, oh God, I always do this to Danessa and it's always on these videos. Oh my gosh. Danessa Myricks, why? I can't stop saying Natasha and Danessa. I can't stop switching them out. I do it all the time to Natasha and Danessa. Anyway, the Danessa Myricks, gosh, I feel so bad. The Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm Setting Spray is so good. This has quickly become like a holy grail in my routine. The sprayer on this, perfection. The formula is perfection. It just really locks your makeup in and doesn't feel like filmy on your skin. Because there's a lot of them out there that lock your makeup in, but it feels like you have like a weird film on your skin. You know what I'm talking about? There's a lot out there. This doesn't do that. Speaking of Danessa Myricks, This is not going to be for everyone, but this is my personal favorites, and I am such an eyeshadow collector and lover, and this palette just has really scratched an itch for like fun makeup and fun eyeshadow looks, as it always does. Danessa always knows how to do like the best eyeshadow palettes. So Danessa Myricks has the Lightwork Volume 7 Freedom palette. It's what I have on my eyes right now. I did film this eye makeup tutorial, so I'll post this very soon. Don't worry, as soon as Mitch can edit it, because it's going to be a long one. But let me show you the palette. This comes in a big palette, by the way, but I took it apart and made it like this small convenient one, which I love that she gives you the options. I think it's so thoughtful and so useful. But anyway, it has like a whole different cap, which with a mirror inside. Here's the only one that I haven't used yet. I will film a look with this color story soon, I promise you. But I'm wearing this color story, the purple. I have this purple up top right there on my eyes, and I have the lighter metallic in the center. And then I also have a mix of these two mattes in my crease and bottom lash line. So I'm wearing this whole palette basically. It's gorgeous. It's going to be for like the collector that loves makeup and loves like metallic, foiled, ultra unique, beautiful eyeshadow. So it's not going to be your everyday palette necessarily. It's definitely not my everyday, but for special occasions and like for a fun makeup look, I love this. Now, speaking of eyeshadow palettes, I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about this palette, but honestly, I'm gonna choke. I don't know why. I think there's like some setting spray in the air in my studio, and it's like it keeps getting me. Okay, back to Makeup by Mario. A lot of people, either you love this palette or you don't. I love it, and I've gotten some like feedback online that is not great, and people are wondering why I like it, and I can't explain why I like it. So I like what I like, and I am who I am, and I love this palette. I love how neutral it is. Could the shimmers be as impactful as Danessa Myricks? Sure, but they're not, and they're still beautiful. So I don't understand like why a lot of people are just not digging this palette. Personally, these are my favorites, and this is one of them. I just really love this color story. I think that Mario did a really beautiful job, and I think it's a really beautiful like earth tone fall palette, and you could definitely wear into winter, which I clearly will. But I love it. The Ethereal Eyes Nature palette I think is gorgeous, so I've been loving these two so much. And then let's talk about a Dior face palette that I didn't expect this to end up in my favorites video at all. In fact, I only bought this because my girl Julie at my Sephora told me that I should get it, and I was like, no, I don't know. I swatched the one that has like the blue highlighter in it. It was chalky, it was like too chunky, and I just didn't have a good first impression. And I've heard some like things about like the new reformulation being not as good as the original, and I just didn't want to have that memory in my life. I wanted to remember the Dior Backstage palettes being nothing but amazing, so I was hesitant to buy it. My girl Julie told me to buy it, so I did. I listened to her because I always do. I got the shade Pearly Peach Glow. It's what I have on my cheeks right now. I basically mix all three of these right here. I mix them all together and I just slap it on with the N20 brush. I bring it around my nose. Let me just show you because it's just so satisfying. So I literally go into all three of these like this with the N20. You'll notice I'm avoiding this bad boy because that one is way too chunky and not flattering on your skin, especially if you have any kind of texture or just skin in general. It should only be on your eyes, just trust me. But I'll literally just go to town and swipe it all over. There's like no wrong way to use this. It's just so pretty and glowy, and I think it's beautiful. So I don't think that they ruined this formulation entirely. I think that the one that I did swatch initially was a bad one, to be honest. But this color story, for whatever reason, feels like the original one, so I'm so relieved to report back on you. But I have been using this every single day. I typically put this on top of True Harmony from MAC. It's a Glow Play blush. I mentioned in my previous month's favorites. It's still one of my favorites. I just didn't want to bore you by talking about it again. But just know that I've been popping these three colors all over my cream blushes and just loving them. Okay, more favorites, okay? Just stay with me. I got more favorites. So Makeup by Mario, back to Makeup by Mario. There's one shade that I've been using so much that I am almost out of this one. This is the shade Bisque. And Bisque Little pro tip, I've been using Bisque to clean up underneath my brows and to really brighten this whole area, and I've been bringing it in around my tear duct, almost using it as a concealer. These are budge proof, extremely long wearing, and really, really amazing for oily skin or oily eyelids. But dry skin people, don't be spooked. Prep your eyes, pop on a hydrating serum and toner or essence, and you can definitely use this and it will work just fine for you. But very great longevity and a great way to prime your eyes. So if you have any of these palettes, use this and you will be good to go. A drugstore eyeshadow stick that I used recently in a beginner's makeup tutorial. I haven't stopped using it since. It is a really quick way to knock out a beautiful, bronzy, easy, sultry eye. It's this shade in particular is my favorite. So it's the Milani Gilded Eyeshadow Sticks in the shade 08 Terra. Let me show you it because if you missed that video that I'm talking about, I use this as my main source of eyeshadow. And this is just as good as any of the high-end ones, you know, any NARS, Laura Mercier. This one is going to work just as well, and it's super duper affordable at the drugstore. So I've been hooked on this. And then speaking of drugstore, let's kind of dive into lip products, okay? Because I have a drugstore favorite that I also used in that same video that I just mentioned, and it has not left my purse since I repurchased it and since I have a new one back in my life. Basically, it's the LA Girl lip liners. These are about $3.50, $3.50. Like that's, you can't even get a good coffee for that nowadays. It's a shade Cafe, which is in particular my favorite. There's also Sugar and Spice. It's a really, really good one, but Cafe is just so good. I'm going to swatch Cafe for you. So if you missed that video, this is what Cafe looks like. And for $3.50, if you want a good drugstore, beyond affordable lip liner that's going to be a great like nude lip liner, Cafe is the way to go. So sticking with lips, I have been loving these three lipsticks, probably, I mean, well, two are glosses, one's only a lipstick. I've been loving these so much. These are quickly become some of my absolute favorites, which is why they're in this video. But the Dior new formulation, or I don't even know if these are newly formulated, but they're new to me, and these are so pretty. And these are really, really interesting. Like they go on like a cream, a glossy finish, but they dry down somewhat to the touch. So it's really interesting. Like you could eat, drink out of a cup, and they're not going to transfer as much as like a typical glossy formula. So they're almost like a vinyl. So the Dior, I can't remember the exact name. I'll have it linked, don't worry. But the shade that I have is On Stage, 120 On Stage. And that's the color right here. And it's just gorgeous. Like pair it with a nude lip liner, pair it with Cafe, pair it with any of your nude lip liners or like mauve lip liners, and it's just so gorgeous. I have been hooked on this one. And then the last two are glosses that I've been using the most for the month of October. Both are pretty much on the cool tone side. The one from Vive especially, this is a true cool tone. This is the shade Socialite. It's the Lip Dew. So these are a tinted lip oil, very nourishing, very glossy, great formulation. They feel amazing on your lips, and the color Socialite in particular is just so pretty. So let me actually swatch this too, because I know you might ask. So in case you have not seen me use this in a tutorial, this is Socialite. Isn't that pretty? It's almost like a dusty, cool nude mauve. It's so unique. And then this one is outstanding. So Mob Beauty in collaboration with Miss Megan Robinson. If you don't follow her, she's incredible. Could not recommend her content more. She's like a true makeup artist. So if you're tired of following only influencers and you want like some true makeup education, check her out. But she did a collaboration with Mob Beauty. She did a whole quad eyeshadow palette that is gorgeous. But the product I use the most out of her collaboration is Riff Lip Gloss. This is stunning. Absolutely did the best job of this color. The formulation from Mob, they have a really great formula for like glosses. They're very creamy, they're very nourishing on your lips, and they're not sticky at all. But the shade that she came up with, Riff, is just like one of my dream pinks. It's opaque, it's gorgeous. I wear this just on top of lip liner and with no base underneath, like no lipstick underneath. It's like that pigmented and that good. So Riff, Absolutely stunning. Last lip product, and I'm going to touch on the lip combo that I have on my lips right now in case you ask about it. But the last product that you cannot pry this from my hands, it's Etch. Etch from KJH is ridiculously user-friendly and easy to blend on. I contour my lips with this probably like, I don't know, every other day at least. Between this and like contouring with the Mary Phillips palette, I use it all the time. But this for on the go, this lives in my purse for touch-up. So Etch in particular is my personal favorite. This has more of like a slightly peach nude undertone to it, and the rest of them get deeper and a little bit cooler. I have them all. She was kind enough to gift them to me. She is such an incredibly kind person and so talented. I got to meet her actually last month. And it was like, I felt like we were like long lost friends. I gave her the biggest hug. She's just the kindest person on earth, but so talented. And these are so unique and so gorgeous. So Etch, forget about it. Absolutely forget about it. Okay, a few more items and then we're getting to clothing and something else that's fun. Drugstore wise, I have been wearing these lashes every single day. It's what I have on my eyes right now. I'm about to finish this one pack. But the Ardell Half Naked, these are literally a half lash. But on me, they're pretty long. They give me like almost 3/4. And they're just so easy. Like a half lash, there's nothing like it. So easy to bloop, pop them on, and it gives you beautiful impact and a nice little like lift up. I did mention earlier that I filmed this eye makeup tutorial, and I did film the portion where I put these on as well. So if you're curious about how to put them on, it's super simple, super easy, and it's in that video. So stay tuned for that. But these, I've gone through like 3 packs of them already. I wear them almost every single day, and they are just confidence in a lash, and I love them. But very affordable. They're from Ardell, and I get mine on Amazon, but you can get them also at like Ulta and I would imagine Walmart, I would imagine Target, maybe, I don't know. But I know for sure that Ulta usually has them, and for sure Amazon always has them in stock. So I usually just get them on repeat. Okay, couple more makeup products. Did you know that L'Oreal came out with the Lumi Glotion XL? I didn't until they told me about it. And I got to work with them recently on a partnership, and I was just so proud, and so it was just an awesome experience because if you know me, you know that I love this product and I use it constantly. So this, I've already made a big old dent in this one. This has been so helpful to have the XL version because I use this as primer, I mix into foundation, and I use it a ton on my body. So this, in this size for my kit, so I'm not squeezing out the little guys. Let me show you the size. Okay, so this is the original size, and this is the XL. So this is exclusive to Ulta, just FYI, you can't find this anywhere else but Ulta. But this is the OG size, which is already big and substantial, but it's quite literally like they're in my head, and they knew I would be obsessed with this because they nailed it. They literally nailed it with this. So I've been loving the XL version. And then let's talk about 2 concealers I've been using the most. I use my Estee Lauder all the time. I'm going to choke on air again and setting spray that's in the air. But I use my Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer all the time. But my newer favorite one that I'm loving is the newest LYS formulation. This is a beautiful, creamy, very pliable, very spreadable concealer formula. It looks so flawless on. So they did such a great job. I've been alternating between this one, my Estee Lauder, and on the days I feel more dry under my eyes, which is not that often, or if I just want more like a radiant, like natural look to my under eyes, I'll use the MAC Studio Radiance. Now that I have the right shade, I wear shade NW11, and in LYS, I have LN6, so light neutral 6. And they did a good job of actually making a neutral concealer. So shout out to them for knowing what a neutral is. It's very hard to do nowadays. Okay, quick talk about my lip. My lip today is Tease from MPH and Love Note from Melt Cosmetics. So this is my lip combo, in case you ask. And it's really pretty. All right, we have some fun stuff, and then we'll wrap this up. So if you know me, you know I'm a shopaholic. I love to buy clothes, and I love to buy jewelry specifically. I don't have a ton of new stuff to share. I have tried to put myself on, I've tried to just like calm it down and not overbuy and overconsume. And I just bought 2 pieces that I really needed in my wardrobe. One is a bodysuit turtleneck. Now, full disclosure, just a little warning, this is covered in Tomas's hair, my white chihuahua, but I'm going to show you it anyway because I'm shameless. This is from the brand Commando. This is, believe it or not, one size, but hear me out. It is unbelievably stretchy, like unbelievably stretchy. It is hard to get on, but once it's on, you'll never feel sexier and like more sculpted in your entire life. Like this is a beautiful, beautiful piece of clothing that you could wear with so much stuff. So it's a full-on bodysuit, long sleeves, turtleneck. It's simple, gets the job done. It's been a staple in my fall wardrobe. I'll wear it with like a skirt. I wear it with my trousers. I wear it with anything. There's really no wrong way to wear this item. So I'll make sure I link it because I think it's a really good wardrobe staple that I've been loving. And clothing-wise, the last thing I'm going to mention, this was a splurge. However, I really like this brand's quality. They have really great quality that you'll be able to keep this forever, which I plan on keeping this forever. I bought and treated myself to a very pricey jacket. So forewarning, when you check the link and you see the price tag, don't say that I didn't warn you, okay? And I was sticker shocked too, but I tried it on and it just works so well and it's one of my favorite colors, so I had to get it. It's this jacket from A. Goldie. So this is a cropped, slightly oversized fit. I believe I got an extra small. I don't know, but I got a small or an extra small. I just love this like caramel brown color. I think it's so beautiful and I've been wearing it constantly. It's just a gorgeous piece. So I had to include it in my favorites because it's just a really beautiful jacket. And last but not least, the last thing I want to talk about is the dupe of all dupes that I found on Amazon. Okay. Now I don't do this often, but I have to share this piece with you all because I've gotten so many comments and compliments on this that it's just not right if I don't share it. And I mentioned it in a description of a video not too long ago, but I'm going to mention it here and I'm going to relink it in the description box of this video. So this is a direct knockoff of a insanely expensive watch, okay? Like not attainable, insanely expensive watch. It's this beauty right here. So this was on Amazon. It's under $40, okay? It's a knockoff of a very expensive brand. And it's got the mixed metal, which I love mixed metal, and it's got a green face to it. How pretty is this? I literally get so many compliments on this. And if you've ever thought that I was wearing the real thing, bless your heart. Because I could never. But this is so gorgeous, and I just have to share it with you all because if you ever want to be fancy on a budget, I'm going to link it. They come in all gold, all silver, and then the mixed metal, which is my personal favorite. But how cool is this? Right? If you are a jewelry lover and you don't mind wearing something fake, which I don't, then you have to get this and add it to your collection. I'm just saying, you will not be disappointed. You'll love it. So that wraps up this video. That was all my October favorites. I hope you enjoyed seeing them. I would love to hear what your October favorites were, if they were new, if they were old, if you brought something out of your closet that you're loving again, or if you brought a makeup item out that you're now loving again. Drop those in the comments below. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I love filming these for you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.